The Coast Guard realized long ago that as a rescue organization, they cannot turn a blind eye to the stresses that an incident like this can place on their people. That's why they offer a program called Critical Incident Stress Management and a team of stress experts. The purpose? To help rescuers get through this unbelievably rough time.
We call it critical incident stress, and what that is a normal reaction to a very abnormal event. There are some very predictable symptoms, physical, emotional, behavioral, and cognitive symptoms that people may experience when they've been through a traumatic event such as this incident.
They explain to the crew what to expect in the next 72 hours, which is, my understanding, is the most critical time for people that go through something like this. To expect sleeplessness, problems with their appetite, problems eating, feelings of guilt for possibly not having done the best that they could. That was critical for the crew because I think a lot of them were already feeling that way, and for someone to tell them, an expert, or to tell them that was normal, that was okay, and that was something that they just had, it was to be expected.
We've been through boardings, we've been through simple SAR cases, towing a fishing boat in. Something like this, with a mass disaster that we had, I feel has brought the crew a lot closer together. We've talked to each other about it, not only on duty but off duty. Have people over to each other's house, talk about how we're doing. Try to keep each other as much company as we can.
Right now, their shipmate is their best resource because they've experienced the same situation, the same critical incident, and are probably experiencing a lot of the same emotions and thoughts and reactions. We are encouraging people to talk to whoever they feel most comfortable with.
I try to keep myself busy, work outside, do more stuff on the boat. Every now and then I catch myself glancing off to the sky every time I hear a jet fly overhead. I've talked to my wife a lot about it. She understands. She's a good counseling tool.
Talking about it is just the beginning in what can be a very long process of recovery. Some people may not feel the full impact of what they've experienced until long after the incident, but the stress experts remain available for any rescuer that may need assistance down the road.
We will leave behind a network of resources so that there will be a safety net for anybody that chooses to access those resources. We also work with the commands and supervisors to let them know how to take care of their people and what to look for. Early intervention is key, and that is why we're here, to help mitigate the impact for people and to really show that people do come first in the Coast Guard.
Our production crew interviewed more than 25 Coast Guardsmen for this story. We talked to everyone from commanding officers to the most junior seamen, and we found one consistent message throughout each interview. The most intense emotion the rescuers feel is profound sorrow for these victims and for their families.
We did the job that we had to do because we were out there, and I feel that anyone who wears this uniform would have done the same as us. We're not special, and what we did a service to the families, and I just thought that's the point I really want to get across.
My heart goes out to them. My heart really goes out to them because there's really nothing else that I could say. There's a lot that I can feel that I really can't put into words. Just basically that my heart does go out to them, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it happened to them. I'm sorry that it would happen to anyone.
I'm very sorry to anybody who was touched by this, and I wish them the best, and I know that means nothing coming from me. They don't know who I am, but they should trust that that we did our best when we were out there, and that we tried to help, and there wasn't one person on the ship that wasn't in agony when we found out that there wasn't anybody out there alive, and that we did everything we can to, everything that we could to ensure that we found everybody that we could, and that we treated them with the respect that they deserved, and we treated them as people. They were never. It bothered me a lot when I would hear people on the news referring to remains and referring to bodies, and they were people. They weren't bodies, and they weren't counts, and they weren't numbers, and we treated them like they were people.